getting to a really good place where you've got it rolling. How much do you, if at all, use that experience to sort of maybe help you dig yourself out of what's going on now?
Definitely use all the past experience. I think that's one thing that's good from having the experience in this league is you've seen a lot. Seasons are always different, how they unfold, how these games go early and down the stretch. So I feel like this, not just myself, this group, for the majority of us, we've played together, for a few years now. So we've been through a lot, and I think it will help us. But we got to use it, and we got to move forward. And it's a long season. And I don't say that to say that we have time to waste, because we surely don't anymore. But saying that is, it is a long season, and we've been in a worse spot than this before, and we found a way out of it. And I got full faith we're gonna do the same. But we gotta go prove it. So excited for that opportunity.
Is the confidence level where it needs to be in the locker room right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're frustrated, and the game the other night was just a disaster on pretty much every level. But we still have the confidence in our group, our coaches, our team, and that's not going to change, and that can't change. I think that's when you have problems, when you lose that confidence and you start pointing the fingers. And there's been none of that. So we're staying together, and that's just the message: is just stick together. Just remember to have fun too. Like this. Situations like this a lot of times make you get tight and tense, and be on your details and be locked in, and we got to prepare the right way and put everything into it during the week, but also have fun. We're playing a game, and we have an opportunity to do things that not many people get to do. So keeping that perspective and let that relax you and let you play better. Not to say that it doesn't matter, because it does, and we take a lot of pride in it, but you also do have to have the perspective. I think that helps you play better and looser, because you want to go out there and fly around and not be thinking about everything and being able to go play free.
Real quick, like passing numbers are down across the league, rushing numbers are up. I don't know how much attention you pay to the rest of the league, but got any theories on why that might be this early in the season?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I think it's defenses are smart too, and they have game plans, and I think it's a lot easier to defensively to make the offense earn it, and to play shell coverages, and to have two safeties to defend the pass. And if the team's running on you, you can adjust and make some changes. But I think it's you don't want to get beat over the top. These vertical passing attacks across the league. I think it's just a way to slow that down. So would probably be my guess. More shell defense is showing up across the league. Even the teams that have typically been single high teams are playing more shell, which just changes your passing attack a little bit. Not to say you can't attack that still, but definitely changes than if it's a post safety.
You talk about playing more loose and free. Do you feel like over the past couple games, as things have gotten sort of tough, have you been pressing a little bit, just trying to make a big play when maybe there's an easier play to come, or have you been trying a little bit too hard to get those bigger plays?
No, I actually don't. I don't think so. I think there's been times where I've been a little undisciplined with my eyes, and maybe been a little sped up in some of my progressions. So maybe a little bit of that for sure. I think a few times my feet have gotten sloppy, have caused some of my passes to not go exactly where I wanted them to. And then there's times where the defense is going to win, and they have a better call than we do at times. So that happens every game, every year. I mean, that's just going to happen. And do the next best thing with the ball, whether that's throwing it away, finding an underneath guy, giving him a chance to run, maybe get it to him earlier so he can catch it with space. So I don't think it's been an issue of me trying to force the issue. I think that there's been a couple throws I've missed throughout the year. There's been a couple times where progression-wise I've gotten a little too far ahead of myself, or thought I saw something I didn't see. And I think those are majority of the mistakes. But just got to keep trusting it. I think that's the main thing, is keep trusting it. Trust what I see, trust my progression, and just get the ball to our playmakers. They're going to make plays. So we got to continue doing that and staying on schedule.
How quickly can it turn? Doug was saying he feels like maybe you guys are just one play from maybe sparking something. Is that, you feel like that's one series, one play, one quarter, one half?
Yeah, I mean it can turn quick. And that's the thing, is we just have to keep our head down and keep working. And like I said, but stay loose, have fun, keep flying around, don't tighten up, don't try to force the issue on making that one play that turns it. Just let it come to you. So it's kind of a mixture of, the sense of urgency has to be there, this position we're in, but you also have to do your job, and you can't get outside of of what your job is and your responsibilities and try to do too much. So I think it's a little bit of both, and we have to stay level-headed through all this and keep trusting the work that we're putting in, and it's going to pay off for us. And unfortunately, it hasn't yet, and we haven't had much success the first 3 weeks, but I really, really do believe that it will. And this is a great opportunity this week to get on track.
How much do you feel that your relationship with Doug, who has been a quarterback in this league, even as a backup for as long as how much does it encourage you that you personally, along with this team, can pull themselves out because of you guys having probably a connection you might not necessarily would have with another head coach who had no quarterback experience in the league?
Yeah, I think it's, I think it's it's really nice to have a coach that played quarterback because he understands. So, like I said after the game, I'm not happy with how I've played. I know that I have more to give, and I need to make more plays for this team. And your quarterback just has to play well to give you a shot to win every week. So I understand that, and that's my job. So I own that. But in the situations where maybe I don't play my best, or there's certain plays that didn't have a good result, but coach can understand what I'm seeing out there. He's been in that position. He knows football. He knows offense. He knows what's going on. And I think that helps at times when, if you had a coach that doesn't really understand and they just see the result of the play and it's like, what's going on here? And he really understands. So I'm saying, well, hey, this is what happened. This is what I saw. And maybe it's not right and I still got to make the play. But he understands kind of what I'm seeing and what's happening. So I think that helps when there is times of when we're struggling a little bit. Him having that perspective has helped me, and really our whole staff has been pretty good about just continuing to trust me, even if we get in a little bit of a rut and I'm maybe not playing my best. Just continuing to trust me, keep putting the ball in my hands, and I know that we're gonna come out of this for the better. But we got a lot of work to do, and we got to put the work in this week.
Does Houston's defense look that much different compared to last year? It's the second year under D'Amico. I know they've added some new guys, but does it kind of look like they play their game?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff's the same, but there's definitely some new wrinkles, some things that have changed. I'd say a little bit scheme-wise, nothing major, but some things have changed. Personnel's changed a lot. They have a lot of new players, some really good players, some good additions to their team. So they're flying around. It's the same thing that, jumped out on tape last year is just a defense that plays really hard, flies around, makes a lot of plays where even if they're out of position, their effort and their motor to get to the ball really makes up for it. So it's a tough defense to play against because they play hard every snap. They're very fundamentally sound. They're well coached, but the effort there that each player brings at each position, that can overcome even when there are some mistakes or you get them or you scheme them up. That effort that they bring can cover up some of that stuff too.
A lot of the offense has been together for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Can you put your finger on why there's still some, I guess, the execution mistakes or communication things that are popping up out there on the field?
Yeah, it just comes down to us making the plays, and we haven't made them, and we haven't been able to get the momentum early. I think each game we've had a 3 and out to start the game, so just unacceptable for us. We got to be able to start the game faster. So there's a lot of things that we're looking at to fix that and get on track this week and start faster and get some momentum. That's our job as an offense to do that early in games, and we got to stay on the field to let our defense settle in too. When you go 3 and out, especially when you don't get the ball first, and you go 3 and out, the defense was just on the field. And think about, on Monday night, defense was on the field, Buffalo scored, we get the ball, 3 and out, defense is right back on the field after a 6-minute drive to start. So it makes it hard on the defense to settle in, and you want to play complementary, and we didn't do that on Monday. So just an example of why we need to play better, how we need to play better, and I think it just comes down to, like I said, the details, knowing the plan, being confident in that, and then playing fast, and then just making the plays that come to you. Don't get tight. Just go out there and make the plays that come to you.
Do you want the ball to start the game then?
That's a good question. I hadn't really thought about that. No, I think I like getting it out of the second half, honestly, because we had some opportunities. We had an opportunity last week. You score before the half, you get it back, you double dip. That's what you want. So I think I like the strategy there. Obviously, is smart, and I think that's good football. So, but who knows?
Change it up.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Trevor.